Hi everybody. In this video I want to go over functions that are defined piecewise. Sometimes a function may be defined in pieces that correspond to different inputs. So for example, this function here, if your input is less than or equal to 40, then you use this formula to compute it. And if your x value, your input, is more than 40, then you use this formula to compute the output. Now this may seem kind of abstract, this notation, but I think you're probably familiar with this particular function. This is the formula that's used to compute your wages if you make $8 an hour. Okay, so in other words, if you work less than 40 hours a week, then you would get 8 times 40. But if you work over 40 hours a week, then you use this formula, right? You'd get 40 hours at $8 an hour. That'd be the $320 here, and then you'd get time and a half, or $12 an hour, for the number of hours you worked over 40 hours. So for example, if you worked 45 hours, then you'd have 5 hours of overtime. That'd be $60 plus the 320, which is the 40 hours you worked at $8 an hour. So here's the notation. If we had f of 25, that means tell me the output when I have an input of 25. So I come up here and say, well, is 25 more than 40? Nope, so I can't use this formula. Is 25 less than 40? Yes, I use this one. So that's just going to equal 8 times 25, and that's going to equal $200. Okay. For f of 50, that's saying, okay, what's the output if my input's 50? And then you say, well, is 50 less than or equal to 40? Nope, so I can't use this formula. I have to use this one. Is 50 greater than 40? Yes. So I'd use the second formula here. That's going to be 320 plus 12 times 50 minus 40. Get that written a little better there. So in this case, it's going to end up being $320 plus $12 an hour. There's 10 hours of overtime at $12 an hour. So that ends up being $440. Okay? And then if it was exactly 40, then 40 is less than or equal to 40, so I just use this one. And that would be $320. Okay? All right, so that's what we mean by a function that's defined piecewise. You just have to determine which formula to use based upon the input.